When my kids talk and I'm like, okay, they are getting there. It's good. Yes.
Sushma, we can start, I guess.
Yes, yes. Okay. Let me share my screen. Yeah, sometimes even my kids talk and I'm like, okay. Okay. So, Jason, if you can mute everyone.
Yes. Okay, done.
Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, please go ahead.
Jason, you can hear me?
I can. It's audible. I can hear you, yes.
Okay, great. Fine. So, good afternoon, everyone. And I welcome you all to the 24th webinar of Networking and Learning Group. I'm glad that you have spared your time here, and we'll have a great experience with our wonderful speaker today. And I'll share you soon who is that speaker. The topic of the webinar is the magic of alchemy of 5 elements. I'm myself so excited about this topic, which is new for me. Myself, Sushma, and I'm an HR generalist by profession. Thank you for registering here and joining in for this webinar. I would like you to request to share this link, to share this webinar registration details with your family and friends so that more people can join in and take more from this webinar. So NLG, what is Networking and Learning Group? The group has been formed by myself, Sushma, and Jason Abraham. Jason is an internal auditor and content creator. He has done this. We have been on this since almost a year now with this group, and we are so glad that we have been carrying on forward with so many wonderful people like you all along with us in the journey. I'm sure that you have invited your family and friends, and we'll have wonderful webinar with us on this platform. NLG Group is a group formed a year ago to just network, learn, and share with each other. There are so many things we all individuals have unique within ourselves. Now it is very exciting only when we share this with others. Keeping to ourselves is very small. When we share it with others is what makes the difference. So we'll go ahead and you can connect with us on the following platforms, which is Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. Please join in our group and please share these links with your known people so that they can also join the group. It's story time. So what's the story? The story is about a man who lives nearby a mountain. So he used to think, how will be the journey to this mountain and what will I see when I reach to the top of the mountain? He decided one day to go ahead with the journey. He went to the foot of the mountain and he met first traveler. He asked him, "Sir, how was your journey to the top and what did you see?" The first traveler shared his experience of the path and the view at the top. He was excited and bit scared because the way the first traveler described, he felt the journey was very exhausting. So he waited for another traveler to pass by and asked him, "Sir, what was your journey and what did you see?" The second traveler also shared his experience and the view at the top. Likewise, he asked almost 30 travelers to share their experience about the journey and the view at the top. So after listening from the 32 people, 32 travelers who traveled that path, how was the journey? And he got to know a lot about it. He heard so much that he finally decided not to travel that path. So you see, in life as well, we come across so many people. We share our experiences and people share their experiences. But how exactly the journey would be, how the experience would be, what will be the view after we reach that destiny is ours as unique. Nothing can match with others. We can definitely learn and understand their views, their experiences. But what we experience ourselves is very different. So that's the story today. Here are some rules to follow during the session. You all will be muted, but please use the chat box for the comments and questions. The questions will be addressed at the end by our speaker, and you may take notes or screenshots as you like. So who is the speaker of today? Our today's speaker is Ms. Geet Mehta. I know her since past few months. She's a wonderful human being. She's a spiritual healer and Vastu consultant. She has MBA in HR and MA in English, so double post-graduation. Wow, great. She uses NLP techniques and she also takes meditation classes every morning. She has been associated with the school since few years as well. She has a family to take care of. Today, she is here with us to share her experience and knowledge. Over to you, Ms. Geet. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really lucky to have such a good platform here, and being connected with Jason and this Sushma, and really, and one more thing I would like to declare that I'm not a professional speaker here, little bit nervous, just trying to present my skill in front of you, which is my hobby too. So I'm into basically in the field of energies I'm exploring these days since years. It's been 4 or 5 years. And one correction I would like to do, that I was into school administration for 13 years. And it's been 4 years I've resigned and exploring in the field of my hobbies. So, and good evening, all beautiful audience. So just if I am not correct somewhere as a good speaker, please don't mind that. I will just try to explain my subject in the simplest words so that you can understand. Basically, my motive is to make you understand and so that you can take benefit of what I'm explaining to you. So the topic is magic of alchemy of 5 elements. So topic seems to be a little bit complicated, but actually it is something related to day-to-day life, because 5 elements, all of us have heard about these 5 elements. So what are these 5 elements? Water, second is wood, third is fire, fourth is earth, and fifth is metal or ether, present in the form of metal all over the universe. So we are talking about the alchemy of these five elements, and we are talking about the energy architecture, and which is a new concept related to Feng Shui and Vastu, but more related to architecture. How can we use energies to design our house to make it a happy home? So this is the basic idea behind this concept is. So about energies, I would like to ask few questions from you. How many of you are into meditations? Type yes. If you believe in energies and if you are into meditation practices. Yes, yes. How many of you know about Reiki healing? Yes, yes. Reiki healings. Yes, good. And how many of you know about mindfulness or vipassana? Okay, some of them, they're quite knowledgeable in the field of energies. These are all metaphysical energies. Yes. And how many of you know about Feng Shui? How many of you know about Feng Shui? Yes. So I think Sunita knows about each and everything. Sunita D'Souza. Okay. Ragda, no. Neetaji, yes. Okay. All these are metaphysical energies. And but how can we use such energies that we should try to excel in any of these energies, whichever suits us, whichever gives us the best results. Like I have taken meditations and I have taken Vastu because I find that these are giving me the best results. So why I have taken Vastu, I entered into Reiki also, I entered into some other things also. But I felt that in other healing energies, I have to constantly work for lifetime to get the healings. But when I entered into energy architecture, which is some advanced form of Vastu and Feng Shui, basic principles of Vastu and Feng Shui are almost similar. And then when it is mixed with architecture to make your home energy compliance, it becomes energy architecture. So I found this energy architecture, you can call it architectural Vastu, architectural Feng Shui, or modern architecture, whatever people are giving it different names, but basically it is energy architecture. So I entered into it because I felt that working only one time, we get results for the lifetime in it. Because once you design your home, once you beautify it as per your choice, then you can in a satisfactory way, you can live in it for years and years until you decorate it once again, do some changes in it, do interior designing once again. By that time, you can live in it. So most of the times, we design our house. How do we design our house? On the basis of beauty and on the basis of comfort. So one more thing we can add into it, that is energy. Call it Vastu, call it Feng Shui, call it anything. Just add energy to your house. And like one time you decorate your house, you construct your house, and then you enjoy your life for lifetime. Similar way, in Vastu, we don't have to work much on every day basis. If I stop doing meditations after 6 months, I will start feeling depleted once again. But in Vastu, in energy healings, in this energy architecture, in this architectural Vastu, whatever you name it, we are going to get results for lifetime. If once we design it, if once we make it energy compliance. Energy compliance does not mean that you have to break the house, does not mean that you have to do any demolition, any deconstruction. There are so many myths about it, that you have to make changes, you have to shift furnitures, nothing like that. It is just like putting some energy in that area where it is required. which elements energy is required. We just balance to talk about. So this is what I'm going to explain you. So this is what I am touching three topics. What is the alchemy of these five elements? Why is important for us? And how can we make best use of it? And how can we make best use of it? So these three topics, if you want to make notes, you can make notes, because this topic I have designed in such a way, those who want to take the basic training, the basic foundation knowledge, they can get the foundation knowledge and they can do self-help. They don't need anybody's help for the basic things they want to do at their home. So 5 elements and their alchemy. I hope the same slide is third slide to be shared, please. Now, Sushma, third slide. Next. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, 5 elements and their alchemy. I would like to narrate this with example of a very simple story. Suppose there is a father and he is having 5 sons. And what does a father do usually? As per the qualities of his sons, he distributes his energy, his property among his 5 sons, among his 5 children. Similar way, the cosmic energies take him as a father and take all these 5 elements as the sons. In a family, what happens? 2 sons can be very friendly with each other, while 2 sons can be in a way that they don't want to see each other's faces even. They have very bad relationships. And there is one more relation called big brother type relation, where one brother is very caring towards the younger one, but younger one, he does not even bother about the elder one. So the same alchemy is in these 5 elements, which I'm going to explain you how it is. Now just look at this cycle. There is written cycle of generation, matter. So how does it starts? These are 5 children and their property has been divided, which we will discuss later what property has been divided. So how do they react with each other? What is the alchemy? What is the relationship between them? It is just like water. It promotes wood. We can see that water always helps plantation to grow, and wood, it promotes fire. More the wood and more the fire. And fire, it burns everything into ashes and turns it into the soil, which creates earth. And earth creates metal. And metal is the only element which has capacity to contain water. All other 3 elements cannot contain water. So it is sporting water element. So this is the alchemy of these 5 elements in a way that cycle of generation, which is called, that how they sport each other. Now, how they don't sport each other, how they distract each other, how they destroy each other, how they control each other, that is shown with the red arrows. You can see that water, what will do water with the fire? Please reply in the chat box, what will do water with the fire?
Hello, Gigi? We can't hear
What
you.
you can't hear me?
No, the voice was not clear. Can you please repeat the question? I think Gigi is having some connectivity issues. She'll be back soon. Yeah, network
Am I
issues.
audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
now you
Yes.
are audible.
Okay. Now, what does fire do to the metal? What is the reaction of fire towards metal?
Okay. Now we think we all can hear you. So the question is, what
The
can
first,
fire do to the metal?
yes. What can fire do to the metal? Yes, fire will melt the metal. It destroys the metal. And what does metal do to the wood? Yes, water damage is very good answers. All of you know about this alchemy. I told you the topic looks like a bit complicated, but you already know about it very much. I'm just going to tell you how to use these energies in a positive way, how to use this alchemy in a positive way to get everything in your life, health, wealth, happiness at your home, for your family members. Yes, what does metal do to the wood? Next question. What does metal do to the wood? Yes, it cuts the wood. Very good. It destroys the wood. Yes. So this is how the cycle of destruction is going on. What does now what does wood do to the earth? What does wood do to the earth? My audience is very, very intelligent, intellectual audience. So wood will split the earth. Wood will split the earth. The earth gets splitted when the roots are going deeper and deeper into earth. So this is one of the part of cycle of destruction. And what does earth do to the water? What does, suppose you have a pipeline of water and there is soil in it, what will happen? Yes, it consumes water, it absorbs water. Yes, good. Yes, it will block water, it will consume water, right? So it will spoil the water. So we have two cycles. One is cycle of generation, second is cycle of control. And there is a third cycle also, which I am going to tell you. That is a big brother kind of relationship. Like water sports wood like an elder brother. Wood sports fire. Fire sports earth, and earth sports metal, and metal sports water. And now we are going backwards. What does wood do to the water? What does wood do to the water? Yes, it absorbs the water. It absorbs the water. What does wood do to the water? Suppose there is water and we grow some plantation there. All the water will be absorbed and the soil will go dry. So wood absorbs the water, right? And what does water do to the metal? You can make notes if you want to, and you can just take the screenshot. Everything is clear from the screenshot also. Everything is mentioned. What does metal? Yes, rust. Very good answer. Great. Water rusts the metal. And what does metal do to the earth? What does metal do to the earth? Yes, it pollutes. Yes, it takes away its fertility, right? It becomes infertile if there is too much of metal in the earth. And what does earth do to the fire? Suppose there is fire and we are throwing buckets of soil on it or sand on it, what happens? What does earth? Yes, it puts off the fire. And what does fire do to the wood? What does fire do to the wood? It burns. Exactly. So I told you from the very beginning that you know this thing very well. All this topic is familiar to you. You know what the alchemy is. So this, now I'm going to tell you how can we make this alchemy useful for us in our lives. Next slide, please. I would like you to share the next slide. Thank you. Now see, I'm showing you there was a father who had 5 children, naming water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And the father gave them property. Property was divided into 16 zones, 16 different parts. And then according to their attributes, their quality, father told his sons to take the possession of that property. And what is that property? That is 16 zones of the building. You can see the 16 zones, the compass showing 16 zones in yellow color. So when the attributes, the magic takes place when the elements are mixed with the attributes of these directions and they occupy their actual valid place. And next, what happens that is shown in the diagram below. The blue color indicates the water. What area is given to the water as per his dad? The valid area. Yes, sometimes one son takes over the property of another son. That's how the fight begins. So we will discuss that fight later after this slide. That's how the energy destroys us. So see, blue color indicates water, green color indicates wood, red color indicates fire, yellow color indicates earth, and this gray color indicates metal or ether, right? You can take the screenshot if you want to, because all the zones of all valid places of these elements where they give best results are given here. Now, what happens when two brothers, they meet each other and they are not having good relations? What will happen? Would they feel happy, or they will just like that, yes, he should simply leave from this place? Same thing happens in the case of these energy field also. When these two things, they meet, very strong 16 energy fields are generated in the house or in the building. And when one element tries to enter the other element zone, all the alchemy starts. If that element is sporting or friendly with that element, the energy will boost up in that zone. Suppose, I'm giving you one example. Suppose water enters into the zone of fire. From north, it goes to the south. What will happen? The fight will start between water and fire. And the residents of those buildings, they will not get the benefit of fire, right? What are the benefit of fire? Fire gives us name, fame, money, and confidence. So this is what they will lack. If there is water in this area where it is shown fire, what will happen? The residents of those buildings, they will start having these symptoms. And what happens if there is earth in the zone of water? What happens if there is earth in the zone of water? Water is the symbol of prosperity. It gives career, job opportunities. It gives immunity. It gives clarity to the mind. So what will happen? All these attributes will be soaked by this earth. So this is how the alchemy takes place. If one friendly element enters the zone of another element, then the energy is boosted off. If the anti-elements, they are together in one zone, then they start destroying their energy, fighting with each other, and this is how the residents are affected. Yes, I would like to share next slide now. So this is showing how the energy field is generated. A house is shown, floor plan of a house is shown. It is divided into 16 zones, 16 energy zones, and different elements are shown, which should be there in that building. And this is how we work, the energy architects. We work. You can call it, again, I'm telling you, you can call it advanced Vastu, you can call it advanced scientific Feng Shui, whatever name you give it. But this is not something related to any horoscope or any deities or any uh, blind faith. It is totally the energy system. How the energies, they control each other, how the energies, they help us, how the energies, they are harmful to us. So this is the basic principles, as I told you earlier also. Feng Shui, the basic principles of conventional Vastu, they are the similar. And when architectural things, they are added to it, the floor plan is added to it, the house map is added to it, and the degree and the directions are added to it, it becomes architectural energy architecture, or an architectural vastu, and these strong energy fields are created. Next slide, please. This slide is very important tool of energy architect. The most important tool, you can say, if you note it down, or you must take the screenshot. So how it helps us? I'm going to tell you the benefit. I'm going to tell you why should we have this energy architect in our houses. See, all the zones and their attributes are mentioned here, right? Northeast gives us clarity. East, northeast gives us fun. East gives us public relations. East, southeast gives us anxiety, right? And southeast, it gives us cash flow, money, regular money. And south, southeast, it gives us power and confidence. South gives us fame and power. And southwest, it is the zone of southwest is the zone of expenditure or wastage, you can say. Sometimes what happens, I just give you one example. One of my client, he was having this problem that he said whatever he earns just goes to waste. Some or the other expenditure, it comes in his life and all the things are wasted, and all the money is wasted on that. Sometimes it is something with car, sometimes some uh, problem, health issues. Then when we analyzed his house, we just found that the locker of cash, it was in south southwest zone. So south southwest zone is the zone of disposal. Whatever comes in that zone is disposed of. So none of the zone is useless, because where will we keep our waste bins, dust bins? If there is, that is a useful zone to take away the things which are not of your use. That is how south southwest works. Now then comes west. It is the zone of gains. West southwest, which is very important for those who are having children, because it is the zone of education. If you want that your children should study, should pay attention, again I give you one example of my client. What problem did he have? He told me that his children, they are super hyper, all the time anxious, and they don't focus on their studies at all. This is common problem. And these problems are arising because we are not taking energy into considerations while building a house. So this is very common problem. I just told them, uh, told her, she was a lady, I told her that please check where is, are they doing anything specific in east southeast? That was the zone of anxiety. And she told me all the toys are lying in east southeast. Their study table is lying in east southeast. So that was the reason they could not concentrate on their studies, because they were hyper. They were all the time behaving like, just like anything, to fawn, which we call it. So I told her that shift the study table from that zone, from zone of anxiety, to west southwest, the zone of education. West southwest is also the zone of gains. Those who want to have savings and money, they should keep a piggy bank in this zone, right? Now then comes west northwest. West northwest is the zone of depression, and it is very good to have toilet in this zone. Some mic is on. Somebody mic is on. Please mute. West northwest is the zone of depression, and like we did a case. It was my cousin, and he was facing depression since years. And when we checked that, we found that his bed, it was lying in west northwest. So it is good to have toilets in such zones. So, but it does not mean that we have to deconstruct. It never means that if there is any bedroom, then we have to deconstruct. There are remedies. There are specific ways where we can produce, where we can make those energies in that particular field which are required for that field. So northwest is the zone of sport. Sport means you get sport from your family, from your boss, and from whosoever you are expecting sports. So northwest is the zone of sport. Northwest is the zone of addiction and attraction. Addiction and attraction. So some people who are having addiction of alcohol, if the ladies, they have this issue that yes, they are males in the family, they have addiction of the alcohol. Please check if the bottles, if those things, those drugs, they're lying in this north zone, northwest zone, then immediately please remove it. Right? Then north is the zone of money in the sense of job, business, career. So north gives us such opportunities. So sometimes what happens, I was talking to a client and she told me that she has lost her job. It is common problem these days that they tell me that they have lost their jobs due to COVID. I just tell them, has everybody lost their job due to COVID? Then I told her to check the north, and there was lot of storage in the north. Storage means earth element. Storage is the symbol of earth element, and there was total red maroon color, which is the symbol of fire element. So I just recommended her some remedies which could help her. Then northeast, it is the zone of immunity and health. Northeast is the zone of immunity and health. So this is very important tool I am sharing you about energy architecture. Whole the energy architecture is based upon this tool. No one shares it. Mind it, no one will ever share it. Right? So take screenshot and you can, with this help, with its help, you can locate and you can diagnose the problems at your house, and you can then find out the solution by shifting small things. You need not shift the big furnitures, only small changes are required. So why is it, I have already told you why this energy architecture. Next slide please. Next slide please. Next, yes. So I have told you the importance. You can see that all the aspects of energy architect, they have been covered. Previous slide. So all the aspects of life, if you work through any type of energy, I'm repeating how I started. If you work on any type of energies, be it Reiki, be it spirituality, be it Vastu or Feng Shui or your any sort of energy, if you start excelling in it, one energy is enough to heal you. One energy is enough to balance everything in your life. These days, we are just focusing that our house should be based on beauty and comfort. Then we don't, even after beautifying the house, even after making comfortable, we don't feel that we are having happiness in it. Why we lack happiness? Then we say that people in old times, they were very happy. And you would be amazed to know that a search was done on Google, that all the temples and some palaces and some churches and religious places of different religions 600 years back, right? 600 years back, they were made in specific direction in such a way there was a tilt of 11.25 degree. Can you imagine? 500 years back, and same tilt in the palaces and the religious buildings like temple, mosque and churches. 11.25 degree tilt towards the east was given while constructing them. And those temples, those mosques, those churches, these days are famous since years and years and ages, that whosoever goes there, the wish is fulfilled. Why? Some specific temples, specific mosques, specific churches are famous for this place. Some architect wonder was, the magic of architect energy was behind it. So this was something which was discovered. And next slide I would like to share. How does an energy architect works? So you may give it any name, but many of us, we are misguided by Vastu, astrology, and Feng Shui. So the simple thing is, the simple name is energy architecture. Because some principles of Vastu, some principles of Feng Shui may match with it. But it is basically, it belongs to the architecture and energy. How we use the energy of different elements in different zones to create those energy fields. So how does an energy architect work? First of all, he would ask you to give the lists of all the problems, right? He would ask you to enlist all the problems, and then he will analyze which zones, which energy fields they are related to. And after analyzing, he will take the degree of your house. He will grid the house, the floor map, the floor plan into 16 zones, right? Into 16 zones. And then from those zones, he will match the symptoms. Yes, if it is anxiety, where lies the east southeast zone? If it is loss of money, where lies the southeast zone? If he is feeling isolated, he is feeling that nobody is talking to him, then where is the east zone of public relations, and what is the problem there? This is the way the symptoms are matched, the cause effect relationship is done, analysis, diagnosis, all the symptoms are matched. Then accordingly, the uh, principles of balancings of 5 elements, balancing of those 16 energy fields, they are applied. An energy shift, it takes place, but it takes time. How much time? 4 to 6 weeks, 45 days at least. How does it happen? Why does it happen? Suppose I'm told that I have to shift to Bangalore forever. Can I immediately shift? No, I will make plans. I will dispose of some of my things, my furniture. I will pack up some of the things, and then I will move slowly and slowly. I will take some things in first round, some things in second round. This is the way I will do my shifting. That is how the energy shift also takes place, right? And after that, we start getting the desired results. This is how we get the desired results. So we will have a question answer round very soon. And before that, Sushma, how much time is left?
You can take 5-10 minutes more.
5-10 minutes. Yes. So that is it now. You can share the last slide. And with the help of this energy architecture, I have shared the basic foundation course with you today. And those important tools which are shared in courses only, professional courses only. So I want that you should make best use of them. Analyze your houses, analyze, diagnose the problem, match the symptom, and make small changes there, and make your home a happy home. So coming back to the thing, I said excel on any energy. Need not necessary that you have to pick this energy architecture. If you're doing Reiki, excel in Reiki, you will get the results. If you're doing meditation, do it in Excel way. You will find the results. See, when you balance the energy in any form, all other forms are automatically balanced. Those who are doing meditations, their chakras are already balanced, their vastu gets balanced. Those who are doing energy architecture, balancing the 16 zone, their chakras get balanced, their energies get balanced, their mind get balanced. They are interrelated. So pick any one technique, and those, it is not necessary, not mandatory that this is the only way out to get benefit from energies. Which I find the best one is the spirituality, the meditations, right? These two are my hobbies, Vastu and meditation. So I'm going to give you a small meditation with the help of which you can balance the energies of 5 elements, right? So it will take only 5-7 minutes. So settle down in a comfortable position. Settle down in a comfortable position in such a way that your spine is straight. If you want to take sport, you can take sport at your back. but the back should be straight. Sit comfortably. You can adjust your position by moving a little so that for next 5 minutes, you should not move. Keep your palms upwards. You can keep them in your lap, on knees, anywhere comfortably, but upwards, because this is the receiving mode. Whenever we meditate, keep the palms upwards. If you're doing any mudra healing, whatever you use it like this, that, but palms should be facing the sky, right? Now close your eyes gently. Close your eyes gently. You can sit down, sit on chair, but the spine should be straight and there should be least movement in the body. We are trying to seek positive energies from the 5 elements. Visualize water in front of you, water in any form you like, be it waterfall, ocean, river, lake, pond, flowing water in any form you love. Just visualize that form of water. Visualize that you're standing in front of water, water element and you. Visualize, just observe this water in your favorite form, flowing water, beautiful, clear, transparent, pure. Now visualize that this water element is giving its energies, immunity, health, opportunities in life, clarity of mind, all its attributes to you as blessings. Pay your gratitude to the water. Say thank you to water element. Just promise that you will not misuse it. You will not spoil it. You will not pollute it. And if unknowingly you have ever done it, simply seek forgiveness and be in gratitude mode of receiving energies from water. Now visualize wood, wood in any form, in any plant, plant of flowers, fruits, wood, garden, in any form, however the form of wood you like. Visualize it. Just observe it. Be grateful to it and seek energies. And water, it is giving its energies in the form of growth, social associations, fun, it is adding fun to your life. It is giving blessings. It is giving all its attributes to you in the form of blessings. Observe it. Be in gratitude. Receive these energies and promise would not to misuse it, not to harm it, not to spoil it. Now go to the fire element. Visualize fire in any of your favorite form, be it a campfire, any auspicious fire, any fire, holy fire, fire in the kitchen stove, anywhere, visualize it in front of you. Observe it, visualize and notice this fire element is giving its energies to you. Fame, name, cash, confidence, power. Be in gratitude to the fire. And promise it. Be very thankful to it. Tell that you cannot survive without it. Tell it how important it is in your life. Give it due respect and promise never to misuse it, pollute it, or spoil it. Now come to the earth element. Visualize earth in front of you in any form, whichever form you like to see, as a whole, as a globe, you can visualize. Visualize that it is giving you relationships, excellence in your skills, healthy relations in your life as its blessings, all its virtues. It is showering upon you. Be so thankful to earth, so grateful to earth, because you cannot survive without it. And promise never to do any harm to it. Always you're going to respect it. Pay your gratitude. Receive all these blessings in the form of skills, excellence, and healthy relationships. And now move to the metal element, ether, space, metal. Be in gratitude. Visualize it in any of your favorite form, be it any vehicle, any jewelry, utensils, metal in any form. Your life is not complete without metal. You cannot survive without metal. Visualize it in your favorite form. Be grateful, thankful. Tell it how important it is for you, how important this metal element for you. Be grateful. Receive all its blessings in the form of educations, savings, gains, and it is detoxifying you also. It is giving you all its attributes as blessings. It's showering upon you. Promise to keep it with respect, value it, and never to misuse it. Say thank you. Now visualize all five elements together. All these five elements together. Say thank you to them. Tell them how your life is incomplete, impossible without them, and how you're going to respect them in coming life and be in gratitude mode and visualize all these five elements. They're showering their attributes in the forms of blessings. on you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you to all these 5 elements. You can open your eyes slowly, slowly and slowly. Thank you. Thank you for being so calm, so peaceful, so patient. So I hope I'm not late. I'm in time, Sushma.
You're perfect on time. It's 5 already.
Thank you. Thank you. So any
Thanks a
question
lot. Thanks a
answers?
lot. Sushma, we have raised hands from Galaxy M11.
You must have received the prompt. Please go ahead and ask
Yes,
your question.
I can see the prompt. Will you please unmute him or her so that
I
they
have
can
already
ask?
sent the prompt.
Galaxy
Galaxy,
M11.
first of all, he or she hasn't renamed it, so we don't know what exactly is your name. You must have received the prompt. Please go ahead. You have
Anyway,
raised your
yeah,
hand.
we can take Sunita's question first.
Yes.
Hi. Hello.
Hi,
This was such a
Sandra.
beautiful experience. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to be here. I thought I had a little knowledge about Vastu, but this is way beyond what I expected. So I'm really delighted. I have a question. You mentioned all these zones, but where do you have to stand in the house? Because I've just moved to a new place in Nada Sharjah, and I don't know where exactly to stand to know these directions. Some say center of the house, but if the center of the house is a wall, how do you measure all this? It's so
Yes,
confusing sometimes.
yes. You take the center of the house to measure the directions. Take the tentative center. If it is of square shape or rectangular shape, it is very easy. Even
Oh,
when we were in 3rd or 4th grade, you can tell your children, give the shape of the house, tentative map, and they will tell you where is the center and then locate it accordingly. Tentative center is enough.
where do you have to stand at the center? When you stand, you have to direct it where? You face? Hello?
Yes, hold just 1 second. Yes, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Hello, yes.
Yes. So you got the answer?
Yes, you mean you stand at the center, but which direction do you stand to get the right?
Any direction. Take the mobile compass in your hand. It will show you all
Yeah.
the directions. So whichever you face,
Okay.
the directions will be shown in an accurate way by the compass, whichever direction you face.
Okay. And you mentioned there are remedies also to it if there is anything rather than moving or breaking things, right?
That is a part of advanced course, which I
Oh,
could not share
good.
it. Maybe someday I would be able to share it, but try to locate diagnosis at least
So,
you can do on the basis of this course very easily. And you can
so
do this meditation. By the time you make any changes and you come to the remedy part, you can do this meditation.
lovely. Thank you.
You have talked about residential buildings. How do you talk about buildings which are industrial, commercial, office spaces, or things like that, where
Yes.
things go wrong there? I'm an architect by profession. I think when we do a plan for a design for a building, we go logically. We do not go by, incorporating this sort of elements, but just inquisitive in knowing your thoughts on that.
Yes. So, sir, like I'm giving you one example, that south is a zone of fire. It does not mean that you have to burn something there. You have to have fire. With the help of color therapy, using those symbols, those colors, we can have that that fire element there, right? So it does
Okay.
not mean that we have to have that element. The symbols of those elements can be helpful.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I do understand now what you're saying.
Yes. I have given you
Thank
the
you.
symbols, the colors. You can
Yeah.
use those color therapy also.
Thank you.
It will be very helpful to you.
That's really a great question so far. Thank you, Sumita, and thank you, Thomas G. And thank you, Geet Ji, for answering those questions. We had a question in between from Kandar to give some
Yes.
examples on what not to keep in what direction. If you can give some examples on that.
Okay, okay. Like I tell you, just go with the alchemy of elements. I have given you the alchemy of elements, the basic key to it. Like how that if you are keeping, suppose you're keeping your oven in north direction, then you're adding fire to the north direction. So try to balance it with color therapy. If you're having it is the oven of blue color, it may help you. So use the color therapy. And like books of the children, they should not be kept in east, southeast, south, southwest. South, southwest is the zone of disposal. The basic care to be taken is that 3 zones I am telling you. Take care of these 3 zones. Don't do any important activity in these 3 zones, which are west, northwest. Note down, please. West, northwest, south, southwest, and east, southeast. These are the zones of anxiety, depression, and disposal. So don't do any study in this zone. Don't do any locker, money locker in these zones. Don't keep any your laptop or your tools in these zones. Don't sleep or stay for a long time in these zones. You have to take care of particularly these 3 zones, that don't do any important activity in these 3 zones.
Geet, can you please repeat the direction once again?
Yes, yes. South, southwest is the zone of disposal. I'm repeating, south, southwest is the zone of disposal. West, northwest is the zone of depression. And east, southeast is the zone of anxiety. So avoid any sort of important activity in these 3 zones. Avoid any type of money locker in these 3 zones. Avoid any type of mirrors in these 3 zones.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. There are some people asking still. I have already shared it in the chat box. So please note down all the directions there.
We have a question from Anita Kohli as well. Anita, could you come online to speak, please? We have unmuted you. Anita, you are unmuted. Anyway, her question was, it would be ideal. Yeah, she's online. Okay. Anita, you can ask your question, please.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that, the grid that was shared where we're talking about which zone is attributed to which quality. And I think this is helpful that these 3 anxiety and disposal and depression zones have been highlighted. But it would be helpful also to maybe list out that what are the other activities that one could do in the rest of the zones for them to, sort of bring out the best in the house. Just like one is talking about the west, southwest for education.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that would mean that you could probably have your children's study table there or something like that. Now, for example, northeast is for clarity. So what can I do in the northeast?
See, in north is the zone of mind, the clarity. So avoid that there should, if there is any toilet, any storage or any garbage, any junk in that area, or any kitchen, it should be avoided in that zone. Like 2 things work. One is balancing the zone, balancing the element. Balancing the element is called the remedy, and balancing the zone, it depends on the zone strength, which is again the part of, I'm telling you the basic things. If the zones are balanced, the remedies I'm telling you, they will work. Balancing of zones we will take some other day. And other activities, you can say that the zones to be avoided. Yes, kitchen, if it is in your southeast, southeast and south, it is very good for you. And if you keep your money, cash, documents in the zones options, if there are options, then southeast, west and north are the best options to be kept. And about clarity means that zone is clear. The way you keep that zone, similar way you get the results. Like if there is a lot of garbage or junk or storage or toilet or kitchen in the northeast zone, northeast is related to mind. Similar way your mind will react. I just talked to someone maybe who is, she's attending the webinar also. She said that all the people in her family, they keep fighting with each other all the time hot. I just asked her that she said ki their mind is just like as if it is on fire. Immediately I got the symptom. I just said, is there kitchen in your northeast? She said, yes. So this is how we match the symptoms and we work on it with the help of experience, right? So what to keep, where to keep. And one more thing I am going to tell you, which is very important. Remove all the garbage of your house, all the things which are not being used by you. Don't create storage in the house that you will use these things 5 years later, 3 years later. This also creates negative energy. In the whole the house, wherever you keep such things, they create negative energy. Yes, if there is such material, you can keep them in west northwest zone, south southwest zone. For such things which you are not going to use at this point of time, and maybe later sometime you may need them.
Ms. Geet, I think you have got a potential client with Ms. Sunita because she is asking, do you do any courses?
Sure, most welcome. Of course, you can talk to me. You can take my number, and we also teach and we also do the energy therapy. And this is just my hobby. I just don't get tired doing it, learning more about it, and knowing more about it, getting experience. So take my number. Please share my number. Please share my number in the chat box. It is 94160405000. Please share my number so that they can contact me later also. Whosoever wants to. 94160405000. Sushma, will you please share my number? Yes,
I have shared it.
94160. Yes, this is my number. You can contact me anytime.
It's Indian number, so it starts with 0091.
Great. That's so kind of you that you're sharing your number as well. So please note down the number and you can contact Ms. Geet directly.
And please try to contact me India time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. because this time I can spare time for you to listen to you, to talk with you, and leave a text so that we can fix a time to talk. Leave a text on my number. I'm on WhatsApp on this number. So you can leave a text message and I will give you the suitable time.
Anybody else would like to ask any questions? You're free to do.
Yes. Suvidha, I have sent you the prompt. If you can please unmute.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, can we put plants in north or northeast direction of the house?
See that without going through the floor map, the floor plan, I cannot tell you because that depends on the zone strength. Yes, east is good for plants. East, south, east, north, east, you can put the plants, but you can put the plants in north only if north is extended zone. That comes in advanced energy technique, which we cannot decide without seeing the house map.
Okay.
Yes, if wood,
Ma'am,
yes.
yeah.
Zone of wood is east, south, east, and east, northeast. If we keep your wood there, keep your plants there, it is good. But if it is entering some other zone, then we have to see the floor map.
Okay. Ma'am, in case plants are there in the northeast direction, Can we color the pots blue?
Uh,
Will it
it,
balance?
actually, that uh, are they small plants or big trees type things?
Ma'am, actually, I have put water plants like lotus and the all the water plants that are available in
Yes,
thermocol.
water plants are okay. Money plant, lotus, such plants are okay, which grow in lot of water, which don't need lot of soil in it.
Yeah, but
You can have.
some amount of soil is of course there.
Pardon?
Some soil is there, but water is
Yes.
but like
See,
more.
Subhitaji, I tell you one thing. If you have no problem at all,
Mm-hmm.
then don't go for any remedy. It means your house is suitable for you. But
Okay.
only if you are having any symptoms, suppose health issues, then you check that zone.
Okay.
Otherwise, God has already balanced your zone. So need
Okay.
not worry about that. If you have any issues, look and diagnose only that zone, and
Okay.
then do the remedies and the things in that zone only. Don't touch any other zones. If all other things are balanced in your life, then that means elements are balanced in those
Okay.
zones.
Ma'am, one more question can I ask?
Yes, yes, sure.
Ma'am, while taking the center of the house, suppose like on the first or whichever floor, the half is the construction area and the other half is open to air. So
Yes.
do we need to take the complete area or the only the constructed one?
Yes, the complete area. If you are using the open area, if you are not using the open area at all, suppose
Okay.
you're trying your clothes online, right? In the open
Uh-huh.
area, you're
Uh,
sitting there, then you have to include that open area also.
okay. And suppose we have garden, still we have to include.
Yes, if your garden, obviously you're watering the plants, you're using it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have to include it.
The boundary of the house, okay?
Uh-huh.
Boundaries
Uh-huh.
of the house. That is how you take the center from, according to the
Okay, ma'am.
boundary of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. And ma'am, one more question.
Yes, sure.
This is my personal question. Like my kitchen is in the southwest direction, and even in my the Kundali chart, I have a very weak moon. And secondly, we always do keep feeling that we have some problem relationship with all our relatives or friends or whatever. So, ma'am, can it be due to kitchen in the southwest?
See, is there any plantation in the southwest? Is
No
there any
plantation. No, no.
plants in the southwest?
No, out of the house they are out of the boundary, but not in inside our boundary in the southwest.
Inside the boundary? Any green colors?
No, no green color.
Any heavy wooden furnitures?
Uh, like table is there, dining table.
Okay, what is it made up of?
It's made of wood.
Wood. Fine. Then see what I told you, that earth and wood. What does wood do to earth? It splits the earth,
Mhm.
right? But don't start doing the meditation. What is good for you, that start doing meditation for earth
Okay.
element, because wood element is intruding in the zone of earth
Mhm.
element. So start uh, talking to earth element in your prayers, in your
Okay,
meditations,
ma'am. And
that it accommodates that wood
okay,
happily.
okay, ma'am. And no need of remedies just right now.
See, if you do the remedies, that is the best and actual way in the field of energy
Okay.
architecture,
Yeah.
right? But for that, we need floor plan. We just don't work
Yeah. Yeah.
tentatively.
Right.
When I told you that those buildings were tilted 11.25 degrees, so you can just take estimate that how accurately we have to
Yeah.
work. We have to divide whole the house into 16 zones and measure the degrees and the this area and everything. Then we do the
Yeah.
remedies, not just like that you take it from north and keep it in the south. It never works.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I have graded my house and got it done from a drafts person.
That's
So, like,
that is.
Hi, can
hello,
I
ma'am.
ask a question?
Yes, I'm listening. If you have got it graded from the craft
Huh.
person, then locate the exact
Yeah.
zones. And I have given you some tools. Match your problems. It is relationship problems. Look for Southwest. I have told you about the
Yeah.
anti-elements. Locate those anti-elements in that
Okay.
zone. Then work on those
Okay, ma'am.
anti-elements.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. Welcome.
Hi, this is
Sunita.
Sunita. Can I ask a question?
Yes, Sunita.
Yes, sure.
I just wanted to know, a lot of people say you should keep wind chimes and flowing water, and then they put all these things. Do they help, or is it just emblems? I mean, they say you have to put.
This is just hypocrisy.
Go ahead.
This is just hypocrisy. It is because what happens. Something is done logically. If you are putting flowing water in south zone, what will it do to you? You can just guess what will it do to
Yeah.
you,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So never do such type of remedies. I tell you one thing: 90% of the information in the name of Vastu, in the name of Feng Shui, people are following it blindly, and they are rather spoiling the energies at home, disturbing the energies at home. Because do you know the accurate zone for that thing? There are 16 zones in your house, and that thing is good for one zone only, and you are keeping it anywhere just like that, and that belongs to element. That is special, the energy thing. So don't
Mm.
keep such things just like that anywhere.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Yes,
may
Purnima.
I ask?
Hello.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, ma'am. It was a really wonderful session. Um,
Thank you.
see, you gave the directions and their element relation. What about the entrance of the house? Is there any particular direction and element related stuff in that? And how it works for an individual house and to the flat? May I please ask you to put some light on this? Thank you.
Again, I tell you, no direction is bad directions. All the directions have their specific attributes. Just avoid the entrance of these three zones, which I have told you. One is of depression, one is of anxiety, and one is of
Disposal.
Yeah, which
depression,
is
disposal, and anxiety. Depression, disposal, and anxiety.
okay.
Try that your entrance should not be there.
Okay. What if it is? What is the remedy or something when it comes to northwest?
Actually, remedies are done only after seeing the floor
Okay.
map, that what is the length, what is the breadth, and what remedy would be actually applicable to that zone.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
many things are to be taken care of while applying the remedies.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Okay, great. There is another question in the chat box from Janice. Sorry, before that, there's Kamal's question. How can we use, or is rock salt good to remove negative energies? Because he has heard from many people. So if you can throw some light on that.
Yes. Scientifically also, rock salt is good to remove the germs and bacteria. So rock salt is always good if you clean your floor with a rock salt water, pink salt, Himalayan pink salt. So many names are there for it. And you take bath in this water. That is always good for you. You can do it once a week. It removes negative energies.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Janice. Can you suggest some ways to remove negative energies from the house?
Negative and from the house, it depends which zone has created which energy. What energy is disturbing you? Is it in the form of relationship? Is it in the form of money blockage? Is it in the form of your office issues? So it depends on which zone is creating that negative energy. So then accordingly we work.
Okay, Janice, you are still in the room. If you want to ask anything specific, then please raise your hand so we can unmute you. Till then, there's a question from Sangram. Is thorny plant allowed in the house? Is it good to
Avoid
place?
avoid all type of thorny plants. All type of.
Great.
In the house, inside the house. You can have them in the garden outside your house, but not within the boundary of that house.
Okay, thank you. I'll also ask to, I would like to ask one question, Geetji. What about the inside plants, which like aloe vera or money plant, I do know. Are they good to keep? Is there a specific zone or something to keep them inside the house?
Yes. See, I told you northeast is the zone of health. So aloe vera, if you are keeping it for the purpose of health, keep it there. That is the zone of immunity and health. There is specific logic behind everything. Just don't keep anything just like that. Money plant is the symbol of opportunities. It gives money. So keep it in the north, right? And all other plants you can keep in the eastern zones, east, southeast, east, northeast, and east zone. Tulsi you can keep in northeast because it is medicinal plant. Northeast is very good for it.
So even if these plants are, say for example, Tulsi, I keep in the balcony. So that should be northeast.
Northeast to make maximum benefit of its energies, because northeast is the zone of immunity and health, and Tulsi is a medicinal plant.
Okay. Okay, fine.
May
Thank
I
you.
Sorry, Sushma, 1 second. Connected
Yes,
to
go
your
ahead.
question, ma'am, if we are keeping the tulsi in the balcony may not be in the northeast. So how do we have to see it? Within the balcony, it is in the northeast or as a whole?
Check from the center of your house, take
Okay.
the mobile compass, stand at the center of your house, then locate which zone it is indicating towards the Tulsi plant.
Okay, but normally the tulsi plant, they don't keep inside the house. If the balcony is not in the northeast, how can we, accumulate this theory?
See, you try to keep it in northeast, east. East is good for all type of plants. East,
Okay.
southeast, east, and east, northeast. These zones are good for any type of plants. So you can
Okay.
keep them there.
Okay.
That is the zone of wood. Any type of plantation is good there.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
We have a question from Jayashree as well.
Hi, Jayashree.
Hello. Hi, Dee.
Hi,
Awesome
Jayashree.
session. You rocked, okay. What I wanted to
Thank
ask you is, I can see that West Southwest is for studies. All right.
Yes.
Now, two questions. One is, if you have two kids, you cannot put both of them in the same area. And when you say West Southwest, does it mean that they should face West Southwest, or that they should be seated in the West Southwest of the house?
They
So-
should be seated in the west southwest of the house.
And they can face any direction.
They can face any direction.
Is there any other option for studies other than that? Because if you have two kids, and where else can you place?
Yes, they can study in the east zone also. East is also good. West is also good. Northeast also they can use for study. That is for clarity of mind. So they can use that zone also.
And east southeast is not good according to
Yes, east southeast is the zone of anxiety.
you.
And means if somebody is into depression, he does not think anything at all, dumb, lazy, not, his brain is just like super inactive mode, then make him stay for some time in the zone of anxiety. East southeast would work good for him.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thanks, dear.
Welcome.
That's great. So we had good session. Anyone has any further questions, then please let us know, or we'll close it because we are already at 5:30. Still anyone asks any questions, I would like to share my screen for a second, please. Okay, can you see my screen?
You're
Oh.
talking to
Yes,
me,
yes,
Sushma?
yes.
Yes. So, Geetji, I'm really, really grateful that You took us through a wonderful journey. The experience, the learnings have been great, great. And I'm sure we, from this session, will have few questions. And since you have already asked to share your number, definitely you will be getting certain messages from many of us. So that learning was really great. The 5 elements, how we can make use of them for our own good is really great. So thank you once again. And I would like to share the speaker for our next week, next Saturday, same time, 4 p.m. Dubai time, 5:30 p.m. India time. Her name is Pongal Punita. She is a motivational speaker, teacherpreneur, and leadership coach. She's MA, MPhil, and B.Ed. She's also written a book called Deep Dive In. So we'll be learning from her next Saturday, same time. Do join us again, and please share these links with other friends and other groups and people so that they can all join and take these forward. So one more thing, if any one of you would like to share your learnings, your experiences with us, then please do let us know. We can definitely be taking up this opportunity and welcoming you on this platform whenever you are ready. So thank you very much. Jason, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sushma. It was a great session today. Thank you, everybody. We had almost 53, 54 participants today.
We had 59.
59, great, great. And expecting all of you next Saturday as well. Do join us. Gitji, you can also join us if you're free. I know you're super busy. Thanks a lot again for everybody. Gitji, it was a fantastic session. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation and coming online.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jason, Sushma, and all the lovely audience. I'm really, really thankful to all of you to let me talk about my hobby. And I always love doing things about it, never feel tired. So anybody can text me anytime. Thank you.
Jason, if you can please share the WhatsApp link, because if people want to join so that they can get our next week webinar details as well.
Yeah, all the people have joined already our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, because there are some people still asking, like, will the Zoom ID be same or different? One
sec, I'll
so
share
with
again.
that lovely note, yes, if you can please share that.
Done.
I'm again thanking you all being here and joining our WhatsApp group, Facebook group, or LinkedIn group to know us further, to keep updated with our upcoming webinars. And I'm so glad Geetji is pursuing her passion, which not everyone get chance to do that. So that's really, really amazing. Ajitji, would you like to share something?
Hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Geetji.
Yes.
Okay. Geet is saying something?
No, Ajitji, you can go ahead. No.
Okay. Namaskar, happy evening to all of you. Wonderful being on the other side of the screen. Thank you very much, first and foremost, Jason and Sushma, for what you're doing. I just put up in your chat that you are doing a wonderful service to society, getting experts from different fields and allowing them a platform to share their expertise with all your lovely community people. So, hats off to both of you. Great.
Thank you.
Yes. Geet, wonderful session. I mean, I've been interacting with Geet for quite some time now, and I've seen her grow from being a novice in presentations to making excellent presentations, and the in-depth knowledge that you have is like mind-blowing. And the way you shared it so simply, making it very easy for everybody to follow, and making us feel that, okay, it's as easy as CAT cat and BAT bag. Wonderful. Thank you very much for doing this. And I'm sure that all the tips that you shared all of us who've been participants, who've been listening attentively, will use this information to improve our lives. Maybe a wee bit little, but I'm sure that wee bit little will make wonderful transformations. Thank you very much, Geet, for a wonderful session. Thank you. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. You have also motivated me a lot for all this.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are good to close. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ajit Geet, and all the wonderful participants. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Sushma. It was great meeting you. Good
Bye.
evening to all. Good night to all.